Quadratic functions written in intercept form looks like this. It looks like a format of the roots. The x-intercepts are the roots. This is where the parabola crosses the x-axis. This quadratic equation is written in intercept form because these are called the factors. And when you solve for the factors, you get the x-intercepts where the parabola crosses the x-axis. So let's solve and see what happens. We set the equation equal to 0, and you would solve for each factor by setting each of them equal to 0. So we make x minus 1 is equal to 0, and an x minus 5 is equal to 0. And then we solve for each x. Add 1 here. X is equal to 1. There's your first x-intercept. Add 5 here. X is equal to 5. There's your second x-intercept. So let's graph those. X plus 1 is right here. X plus 5 is right here. Now all we have to do is find the axis of symmetry, which is exactly in between these two x-intercepts. And so we draw an invisible line straight down the middle. And we know the vertex of this parabola will lie right on that invisible line. Where it lies on here, we'll find very shortly. And we know this parabola is going to open up because of this invisible positive 1 right there. So what we do is we read this quadratic equation has two factors. We'll be able to get two x-intercepts. And we do see an a coefficient of -2, so we know the parabola will be opening down. Let's solve for the factors by putting each factor equal to 0. And then we just solve for x. Minus 1 to both sides. X equals -1. There's the first x-intercept. Add 3 here to both sides. X is equal to 3. There's your second x-intercept. Let's go graph those two on the x-axis. X -1 is right here. X positive 3 is right there. And the axis of symmetry is exactly in between those 2 points, which is right here. And that number is x equals +1. That's your axis of symmetry. So I'm going to use that x value, plug it into these two x's, and solve for the y value to get the vertex. -2, and the x value is 1 plus 1, parentheses 1 minus 3. So we have -2, 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 minus 3 is -2. So -2 times +2 here is -4. And we have to multiply it by -2, which is +8. So our vertex is 1, 8. So we just go graph that point. So +1, 8 is somewhere up here. As you can see, the parabola does open down just like we expected because the a coefficient is a -2. So the steps is you have to solve for the x-intercepts and then graph the two intercepts. Then you find the axis of symmetry by just finding the exact middle. Then solve for the vertex by plugging in the x value to get the y value of the vertex and graph it. And you sketch the parabola to make it open up or open down. And that's it.